This one's gonna be short and sweet. I had a whole nother video planned. Apparently, between October and December, y'all just start going through it, and then y'all DM me about it, and here we are. In case any of my exes are watching, this is not about me or y'all. According to these DMs, y'all are going through it with your ex. And if you want some excitement, yes, get back with your ex. I know the tarot card lady on TikTok told you this was a good idea. How'd they even get back in the picture? Let's investigate. Did they happy birthday text their way back in? Happy New Year their way back in? Zelda side mission. Don't you love that after the breakup, anytime you get in the car and you're driving, you start seeing their car everywhere? They could have a 1992 Jeep Wrangler and that thing is following you everywhere like it's an undercover cop. If they drive a white Tesla, you're kinda screwed. Can we normalize talking nice about our exes? Let's try it. I know they're terrible and they're toxic and think about how mature, think about how elegant you sound. Even if Jamie is over there running around talking about how you're a walking red flag, think about how you look saying nothing but good things about Jamie. There's the we broke up a week or 3 ago and we're just getting back together because we don't want to go through that pain. But then there's the we split over a year ago, and then you get that rekindling happening? Oof. So your ex reaches out to you, or you reach out to your ex. The feels start feeling. If you're bored and you want to do it for the plot, yes. You remember that emotional roller coaster you were on, and you're like, yes, please, one more ticket. Well, you can't tell your friends, so you instantly enter into spy mode. Kiki's aside, let's talk about it. Breakups suck because it's like that person died, but they're alive, you know? My friend Denise said this really well. This generation, we're gonna nonchalant ourselves to death. People make mistakes, people do stupid stuff, people cheat, people lie. Let's forgive our exes too, okay? Let's normalize that as well. Normalize talking good about our exes and normalize forgiveness, guys. We're not perfect. You don't gotta take them back. The last time I mentioned an ex to my friend, they text me back like, here's your clown nose, here are your clown shoes, sir. Just the mention. After my first breakup, my dad told me, if you ever break up with somebody, stay broken up with them, especially if you're the one that broke it off. Because if you ever get back with them, that's you saying with your actions that whatever you did is okay and I will forgive you and take you back for it. If you have a friend who's gotten back with their ex, go easy on them. We've all been there, bro. We've all been the Lulu person getting back with an ex. If you got a friend that's going through it right now, don't be judgmental. You don't gotta sit there and listen to the same story over and over. That's why I stop you. I'm like, hey, you already told me this, so when you got something new, let me know I'm here for you, but if this is the same breakup story, OG Fortnite just dropped, so I gotta go. There's one question you have to ask yourself for any relationship, whether it's an ex or current. What do you deserve? For the girlies, yes, I know he's a great cuddler. I know he's warm. I know he smells good. Laying your cheek on his big muscular pec, it feels amazing. I get all that. But what do you deserve? Fellas, same thing. At the end of the day, how does she make you feel? When a problem comes up, does she act like it's her and the problem versus you? Or does she act like it's you and her versus the problem? Do you feel valued? Question mark? That's enough sauce for one video. Happy New Year's, guys. Let's crush 2025. Man, I ain't even like her like that. Then I could tell she ain't like me like that, which made me like her like that, which made her like me like that, which made me block her. I blocked her like Tetris, my boy.
Excuse me.
What?
Yeah, I got a rice bowl. It's a 3-pointer.
$25.
For a 3-pointer?
Man, let me call you back, pimp.
I come here twice a week and get the same thing and
Step your funds up, broke boy. Skibbity gang. GG, bzz, next.
Yeah, can I get a cup of water? No, 'cause you're gonna put Sprite in it? That homeless guy right over there is literally filling up his whole flask.
I ain't dumb. I don't take big pots before minis. I know what you're trying to do.
Can I talk to a manager or something? DeMarcus, what seems to be the problem here?
I just prevented a robbery.
That's cap, sir. I just want a cup of water 'cause I'm dehydrated.
Here you go, sir. I apologize for the inconvenience. You can have a soda on the house.
DeMarcus, if someone asks for water, just give it to him, okay? And stop vaping by the register. It smells like Tinkerbell's butthole over here. Go outside and vape on your break, bro. I'm this close to firing you.
Ain't no ocean, but you're still a beach.
a bingy money. Hi, 3 vinaigrettes, please?
Nah, we ran out. Next.
I can actually see them right there in the fridge.
Oh my God. Man, y'all are so annoying. $3.
$3? This is ridiculous. You guys don't even fill them up halfway. It's like barely covering the bottom of the container.
Ain't nothing free, Playboy, especially in this economy. Partner, a bingy money. Hey, Fluffus, you doing?
I'm just grabbing a mobile order.
Nah. You supposed to show me the order number on the app, Buster.
That guy didn't show you an order number.
Okay, firstly, A, take that bass out your voice, and C, we're gonna skip B because it's irrelevant like you. C, for 07 and 310, West Side and East Side, I'm confused in a mug.
Bro, shut up. You sound like an NPC. All of you chocolate people are the same.
What the fluff you just called me?
Did I stutter, mutter, futter?
I know you didn't just call me no NPC.
Ain't nothing between me and you but air, pimp.
Alright, that's it.
Catch me outside with it.
Actually, I don't think this is a good idea. You agree with me on this one, right?
Good and evil are just words, Anakin.
Oh, come on, man, be serious.
Have you heard the story about Dark Plagueis the Wise? It's not a story that you would hear from a Jedi.
Who want to smoke? Who want to smoke? It's 7 p.m. Friday. It's 95 degrees.
I love Chipotle. Chipotle is my life.
Next story time I want to do is Fast and Curious. What number are we on? I got a few more ideas for animated skits. So maybe 4 or 5 more of these skits before another story time. We'll see. I hope you guys are liking them. Also, y'all remember in the Disney Confessions video when I snuck in and there was no lines and you could ride all the rides? Orlando Informer is doing the same convention thing at Universal on August 9th and 10th. I got a link in the description. It's around like $250 for a ticket. They close the park. It's a private event. Free food. Free drinks. This was me walking around at the last one. Double fisting butterbeer all night long. If you use the link that's in my description, you get $20 off. If you go and you see me, say hi. That's it. Thanks for watching it. Deuces. Real quick, just want to prepare y'all next video. We're changing it up a little bit. But right now, we got a funny story time. So I'm driving down Turnpike, bumping my Harry Styles. You know how us thugs do. Look up in my rear view and psst. If you're in the aftermarket scene, you know these headlights. So I figure, all right, this dude trying to race, and I ain't finna race him. So I'm waiting for this dude to pull up alongside of me. Flies right by me. Now, speed limit on Turnpike is 70. And this dude passed me like I was standing still, so he's probably doing 170. And before that thought even finishes, I just see, boom, he hits the median, and he goes airborne. I felt like Paul Walker at the end of Fast and Furious Part 1 when Vin Diesel was like, dude is flipping through the air like a cheerleader. It's one thing to see this in movies, but when you see this happening right in front of you, bruh. Right, so I pull over, and then I start thinking, wait a minute. If I run over there, I'm not even the first on the scene. I am the scene, okay? If I run over there, and I look in this dude's car, and his head is like decapitated, I'm not gonna be able to ever unsee that. And as I'm mid-thought, 2 dudes from out of nowhere run over to this guy's car. So I'm like, okay, they're doing their part. Let me call 911. 911, what's the emergency? Bruh, it was end of Fast and Furious 1. He's Vin Diesel, I'm Paul Walker. You capping? No, I ain't capping, bro. Send everybody. Helicopters. You know how it do. Northbound, southbound, what's up, plur? Shoot, I don't know the moon over there. I think it's north or west, at least west. All right, hang on, stay on the line. So as I'm on hold, this dude runs up to me. Oh my God, what just happened? He zoomed past me and then hit that median and he flew up above my car, but I've been preparing for this plur my whole life. What you know about Burnout Paradise? Come see me, plur. Somebody else runs over to me. Bro, what happened? I just saw it was like the end of Fast and Furious 1. I know, bro, I know. Is he dead? He has to be dead. I'm on the phone with 12 right now. You on the phone with the cops? Yeah. Both them dudes took off. Never seen him again, not a day in my life. And as I'm on hold with the cops, I start noticing the people that are across the street looking into the guy's car. They have this weird look on their face. So I'm on hold, and a third dude comes up to me. But this third dude, I smell him before I see him. And he smelled like straight Hennessy. What happened? Man, I was just driving. I thought this dude was trying to race me. And bam! Flipped like 12 times and then crashed his car. I did? What you mean?
I don't know. I just woke up on the grass over there, and then I walked over here. Why is my car all messed up? Bro, were you ejected from the vehicle? Man, I don't know. Sir, are you there? Yeah, bro, hold on 1 second, bro. Yes, ma'am. I think I'm here with the driver. Can we talk to him? Yeah. So I hand the dude the phone. Hello? Yeah. No, I'm okay. I don't know. Here, tell her what happened. And then he stumbles into the street and goes back over to his car. All right, well, officer is going to call you here in a bit. We have all the information. Okay, bye-bye. So I hang up with the cop. So now he's observing the wreckage with the other bystanders. He's just as confused as the other people are. So my phone rings. It's the cops. Hello? Yeah, I'm on the way. It's a lot of traffic. You can go ahead and leave. But just so you know, we might be contacting you. You might need to appear in court to say your side of the story and what happened. That's cool? I mean, it's whatever. And that's it. That's the end. I know when you go out drinking, alcohol starts making you feel invincible, but please call that Uber. Met my friend for lunch this week and she starts talking about her love life.
I met this boy on a dating app. We went on a few dates. I think he's trying to soft ghost me. So I think I'm about to send him a really long text. What do you think?
I think I speak for all boys when I say, don't do that.
Well, what do I do now?
In my head, I'm thinking, what's so good about this guy and why is she being Delululemon? He doesn't seem as interested as she is. So I says to her, I says, y'all met on an app. You think he just deleted the app and isn't talking to other girls? I don't know, maybe after your dates, he just wants to be friends.
I know I'm in the friend zone. I'm trying to bust out of there like Shawshank Redemption.
Sis, if he wanted to, he would. How you gonna look out here when you're putting up 90% effort and he's putting up 10% effort? But she ain't like that answer, so she goes home, gets on TikTok, starts watching the girl talk video advice, right? Gets a pen and paper, writes, you're obsessed with me, you wanna text me back, writes his name, and puts it under her pillow. She sleeps with that note under her pillow every day for a week. Out of the blue random, guess who texted her? Yes, him, dude. Hey, I miss you. If you're free, you should probably come over tonight. I got some wine. Apparently, the Lulu is the new Salulu. The dating world is the Olympics of the Lulu. NGL, I laughed the first time I heard my friend Sarah from Italy say it. It sounds like a spell that Harry Potter gave up on mid-cast. The Lulu, no Salulu in it. It's like when you tell your friends, I'll come out tonight, but I'm not drinking. Because you know you're going to get to the bar and they're going to be like,
Just have one drink with us.
Then cut to you, tipsy AF, twerking on Elmo in the middle of Times Square. You're so gone in your own world, you're like, solutions? Where we're going, we don't need solutions. Once we cross a certain level of delusion, we don't connect the dots properly. And we've all been there. You ever had that friend who wants to be a singer? Or a rapper, you know, you want to be supportive. Cash Money Records taking over for the 9 and the 2000s. So yeah, delusions are basically having beliefs that contradict reality. But let's talk about how delusions are actually solutions. Y'all ever heard about Steve Jobs' reality distortion field? It's a theory that you can convince people of any idea. Any of y'all remember how Apple used to be whack? Nobody was buying Mac anything. Fast forward to a line wrapped around the block of people waiting to give Apple their $600 like, shut up and take my money! Steve Jobs was the king of the Lulu being the Salulu in the best possible way. He looked at glass and metal and basically saw the future. It's like being at a party and you're dancing to music that only you can hear and everybody's looking at you like you're crazy. But then the beat drops and then everybody suddenly hears the music and now you're the life of the party. Success is basically making everybody see what you see in your mind. Here's a secret sauce. The magic trick is alignment. You gotta make your delusion align with reality. And when you do that right, you start getting those iPod ideas. So the next time somebody calls you delusional, they're probably right. But now, you gotta make your delusion align with reality. And when you do that right, that's how you make the Lulu the new Salulu. You ever notice how your ADHD brain is like a rogue GPS?
You set a destination in your head, and then next thing you know, YouTube rabbit hole. Okay, focus. Cooking some pasta. The noodles are almost done boiling. I know the Alfredo sauce is in here somewhere. Then your brain goes, maybe you should check your email real quick. And now you're learning French.
What are you thinking about?
What?
À quoi pensez-vous?
À quoi pensez-vous? Time management with ADHD? Brr. It's, you know what, we're not even talking about it. It's just stressful. Moving on. Sleeping is pretty fun too. All right, time for bed. Did you lock the front door? Did you turn off the stove? Is this your ADHD flaring up, or are you overthinking? Where's that hoodie that you wore that one time and you haven't seen in a while? Did one of your friends borrow that hoodie? God. Wait, speaking of God, you haven't prayed in a while. Okay, quick prayer. Dear God, thank you for letting me exist. Wait, what happens when I die? What's heaven like? Are there video games in heaven? Maybe I should drink some wine to help me go to sleep, but if I drink some wine, I'll get bloated. I need my jawline to be sharp like Timothy Chalamet's. So maybe no to the wine. I don't want to gain weight. This is not what I want. This ain't what you want. And when your ADHD brain just flares up, it starts thinking so many thoughts that it just glitches sometimes. You're home like, oh, let me go do that thing. And then as you're walking down the hall to go do that thing, you start thinking, I haven't posted on IG in a while. I also haven't been to the gym in a few days. I also haven't heard from that one friend in a while. I wonder if they're mad at me. Then you finally get to the room and you completely forgot why you're there. Also, shout out to that pile of clean clothes on your bed. Okay, let me do this laundry, put my phone down. Where is this other long side? I gotta dig through this whole thing to find the other side. Wait, where's my phone? Oh shoot, I just saw it. Socializing with the ADHD brain, you're either the life of the party, who wants to play Jenga? Or you're in the corner having another episode. There are 3 conversations happening around me. I wonder if I can listen to 2 of them at the same time. Also, what's up with preservatives? Is it slowly killing me? Is it going to give me cancer? And if it's in dairy, that means it's in cheese. And the meat, but you love cheese. Imagine you're on a date and you're that guy. I don't eat meat because of the preservatives. No tea, no shade at vegetarians, but brr. If you stop doing cheese, then you have to stop doing milk too. And if you stop doing milk, that means no more In-N-Out milkshakes and no more Dalai Lama ice cream. Wow, in a matter of 10 seconds, you just swore off steak, cheese, pasta, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lambs, rams, hogs, dogs, chickens, turkeys, rabbits. You name it! Wow, everyone at this party probably thinks I'm lame, just in the corner by myself. Let me go talk to somebody, start a conversation. So you go and start a convo, and after you leave the party, you start thinking, did I talk too much in that conversation? They probably think I'm crazy. I probably shouldn't have brought up the apocalypse. Yeah, they definitely think I'm crazy. Oh God, now they're gonna go online and post about me. I saw Swoozie at a party, and he's a flat earther. Am I overthinking, or is this ADHD, or is this anxiety? Your brain is hardly ever quiet. You could be sitting in a room all by yourself, not thinking about anything, and then suddenly, I haven't seen a spider in a while. I wonder what they're plotting. And when you're the overthinker, you always date or marry somebody who can fall asleep with no problem. Okay, good night. Michael B. Jordan is Timothy Chalamet's jawline. I know you're faking. No one falls asleep that fast. What if she actually did fall asleep that fast? Does she have narcolepsy? Is she an NPC? Where's that hoodie? Bro, no, real talk, where's that hoodie? Maybe you should drink some wine to go to sleep. Bro, are you an alcoholic? Is this overthinking, or ADHD, or anxiety, or am I crazy? Crazy people probably think like this. I had a friend once who had music ADD. This is what happened the first time I gave her the aux.
It's not the same as it was. She liked the way that I dance, hey. She liked the way that I move. She liked the way that I rock, ha. Chip it, watch my 9mm go bang, bang. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da. Atino, tinto, canzotino, labro. Sende, matitino, non pleno, tendo, labro. She didn't know who I am. Back in high school, I used to bust it to the day. Yeah!
If you're like this, welcome to the club. But just remember, ADHD is not just a disorder, it's a superpower. You might forget where you put your keys or why you walked into a room, but listen Life never gets boring when your brain is the set of an action movie. So embrace the chaos, and when you can't fall asleep at night, just know you'll probably never find that hoodie, bro. It's in Bangkok by now. You know when you're out, you're at that party, you ain't been there that long, but you're already ready to go? That happens to me a lot, but the one social situation that I can stay at much longer than any random party is game night. If you don't have game night with your friends, set it up, start having game night with your friends. Because of daylight savings, it's not even hard to set up game night anymore because it gets dark so early now. You be walking out the house to go meet some friends for lunch. At the stroke of 1 p.m., boom! For those of you who've been to game nights, you have your squad. But you ever go to game night and play Mario Kart with people you don't normally play with? It is freaking fascinating. You know who I've been running into the most at all these different circles? The MKN. The Mario Kart Ninja. That Asian friend of your friend who's just a beast. There's that Asian friend at every single Mario Kart game night. You could go to a game night in the middle of Compton. That Asian friend is gonna be there. The only time he's gonna talk to you is to introduce himself. Otherwise, you're gonna see him over in the corner, quiet. He's not trash talking. He's most likely sitting Indian style, floating in midair, charging up. If you think you're gonna beat this kid, you are Delulu with no Salulu. And if it's not a full Asian friend there, it's the half black, half Asian, the Blasian friend. And if he has an anime shirt on, like Attack on Titan, everybody there is competing for second place. They know the shortcuts. They drift on straightaways. You're not gonna win. If you have Mario Kart and your friends don't have game night, but you're wondering how good this Asian friend of a friend is, just go online, and after a few games, you're gonna end up in a lobby that you can't pronounce not one name in that lobby, and you're gonna learn real quick. My Asian friends are who took me under their wing and turned me into the beast I am today. This game brings out all kind of personalities out of people. Let's also talk about the complainers. They're the permanent victim. They never choose my track. Oh, I was about to win and I lost. The complainer always has conspiracies.
I swear this game has it in for me.
You also have Shy Guy. You may or may not ever come across a shy guy because they just like to stay home. They're shy. In their mind, they never came out of pandemic quarantine mode. They stay at home by themselves and just chillax. If you think you're going to have a cohesive conversation with this person, you are Delulu Skywalker. Bro, just the other day... What? Just the other day, what? You're being weird, bruh. You also have the flexers. They like to run around the room when they win, do a quick little victory lap. They jump up on tables, jump up on the couch. They do Fortnite emotes. Somebody else I've been running into at these game nights is the Scoob. These are the people who didn't bring a Switch. They don't even have a Switch. You gotta teach them how to drift. They don't know how to boost at the beginning of the race. They don't know how to boost on jumps. They didn't even know boosting is in the game. You can easily spot a Scoob when you see them turning with their body in real life like they're playing VR every time they go around a corner in the game. And the game always knows when a Scoob is playing because they give this player the best items. Crazy 8, bombs, lightning. Every track they pick when the game's like, it always picks their track. The Mario Kart algorithm can always sense when there's a beginner player and they reward them with all the best everything to encourage them to keep playing, like little Scooby snacks. So yeah, Scoobs, short for Scooby snacks. And shout out to the Scoobs, because next to every Scoob is the lurker, the person who don't want the smoke. They're just there to watch. They show up to game night just for the memes. Low-key, I think lurkers just show up to watch the drama. They like to watch the whole room explode at the finish line. And there's one other type of person you might see when you get invited to game night. We're not talking about the day ones and your regular crew you play with. We're going to talk about them in a second, right? But when you get invited to game night, there's one other dude you got to look out for. The UC. The narc. Some of y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. The undercover pros. UCPs. They're quiet, but I like to sniff these people out real early. So here's what you gotta do, right? As soon as the person's setting up the game, here's what you gotta say out loud to sniff them out. Be like,
Hey guys, let's play 50cc.
the undercover pro cannot contain themselves. They start Harlem shaking in their chair like Roger Rabbit, like, and then they just burst out. Nah, man, 200cc till I die. Rainbow Road for life. 305 Playboy, I've been out here getting this paper. Your cover is blown. You also have that player who just over-strategizes. They're looking at the stats way too long, just holding up the game, got no idea what they're looking at. Okay, well, ideally though, I just need a good combo, like acceleration, top speed. Ideally though. And if they lose, they're always like, I'm gonna do my Wario combo next time. Ideally, that's what I wanted to go with. So ideally though, like I would have had a much better... What tires did you use? I love the retro people who set up their excuses in advance. They refuse to accept any Mario Kart past the N64 Mario Kart. Mario Kart 64 is like the best, okay? These ones are just so dumb, they're rigged. Next time we have game night, we're doing it at my house. You're gonna go to their house, they're gonna put on Mario Kart 64, and they're gonna beat the brakes off of everybody. If somebody says they're a beast in Mario Kart 64, believe them. It's at this point of the night where the complainer will start complaining about real life drama. She only posts her boyfriend on her close friends. Hunty, you don't work for the FBI, okay? We also have what I call the backseat driver. Now, the backseat driver is actually the lurker who didn't want to play the game at first, but after watching a few races, now they've evolved. Oh my god, you ran right into the banana. How did you thought it was a coin? You should have held on to that shell. Why did you let go? You should have held on to it until the end. Oh, and then there's the saboteur. And you know exactly who I'm talking about. They don't win, but they don't lose. They're just there to grab that item block right in front of you. If you ever get that ink on your screen, that's usually them too. If you're the kind of person who lays bananas next to coins, you might have a little saboteur in you. Shy Guy can even hybrid into the saboteur, because Shy Guy will definitely steal your items. And the last type of Mario Kart player is the person who's a fusion hybrid. A little saboteur, a little toxic, a little flexer, a little complainer. And something else you guys might have not noticed, Mario Kart is not just about racing. Through a different lens, Mario Kart is an analogy for life. You know, you're just going about your day, you step outside and you realize somebody's messed with your car. Maybe they broke a window and stole your bag out of it. And then you realize today's the day the Taylor Swift concert's happening, so you're like, not today, Satan! So you call an Uber, you spend $100 on the Uber to get to the concert, the Uber pulls off, and then you realize you forgot your phone in the Uber. And then you also realize the Taylor Swift concert ain't even today. So you're like, fluff it, 2 tears in a bucket, you go over to Cane's to get some chicken, you swipe your card and the lady's like, your card's declined, cause you're broke. And that's Mario Kart. Final lap, everything is fine, you race the perfect lap, and then right before you cross the finish line, you start getting hit with every item known to man. And everybody passes you. It's a combo of bad things happening. It's preparing you for life. So the next time you start having a bad day, just remember, you've trained for this. So I was scrolling through my phone the other day and I found this video.
I'm scared to go home because of my grades. Do not stress yourself over grades. Grades don't define you. You could fail everything and be the smartest person in the room. You could fail out of school and be the most successful person. You can also get 100s all throughout school and be the least successful person in the room. Grades do not define your success.
I've got friends and family who are still in school, but this girl said some stuff that I've always thought about.
I'm scared to go home because of my grades.
Every report card day was judgment day at my house. You know that feeling on report card day, right? You get home, you walk in the house like... You hand your parents your report card and you instantly start hearing that Who Wants to Be a Millionaire music.
You could fail everything and be the smartest person in the room.
Try going home to a Caribbean mom, like, Mom, you could be the dumbest... Like that's how that plays out.
You could fail out of school and be the most successful person. You can also get 100s all throughout school and be the least successful person in the room. Grades do not define your success.
If we're gonna talk about one side of the coin, let's talk about the other side. How can anyone in the academic world define you if not by your grades? You ever study for a test? I mean, like, study for hours and then get a bad grade on the test? That is the worst feeling. Studying for a test and failing is like studying kung fu and then getting into a fight and getting your butt kicked in front of your girl. And then your girl breaks up with you and starts dating the guy that beat you up. That's what it feels like. If I study, I get bad grades. If I don't study, I get bad grades. So what's the point? There was 2 tests that I studied for in a row and I got bad grades on them. And then I was like, fluff it, 2 tears in a bucket. I caved. I went to the straight A student, Jonathan. Help me, Obi-Wan, you're my only hope. How do you study? Train me. You know what Jonathan told me? I don't study. I get all my straight A's because it just comes to me naturally. You mean it? So you're telling me this comes to you naturally, right? I think, honestly, I got ADD, bro. I never got tested, so I don't know. I remember one time I was sitting in class and I started thinking, wait a minute. I saw the whole timeline of every single student. Hold up. The goal of every student is to graduate high school. Once you graduate high school, you go to college. Once you graduate college, you got $100,000 debt to your name. Yeah, starting off a race $100,000 in a hole don't sound real smart to me. I finally decided, you know what the ultimate goal is? Not to get $100,000 in debt. The ultimate goal is to be successful. So while they were trying to teach us book smarts, I was trying to learn street smarts. So you know that kid who would sell blow pops in school? That was me. I cracked the whole system. I'd be at Publix and I'd be like, Mom, can you buy me those blow pops? So she'd buy me the bag. I have no overhead. I don't pay for my product, right? I go to school, 25 cents a pop. Come holla at me. If I sell a whole bag, that's $3.75. Come holla at me. I would also take that $4 and blow it all in the arcade. And so not a lot has changed from middle school to now because y'all don't even want to know how much money I spent on Fortnite skins. Moving on. Real quick, there are some professions and things you gotta do in life that require good grades. Doctors, nurses, really quick shout out to all those guys. If you know any doctors or nurses, take them out to lunch or dinner or just do something to make their life a little bit easier because their jobs are not easy. The NCLEX? I had a friend who studied every day for 3 or 4 months and still failed the NCLEX. Those people are angels. All right, I'm gonna end the video here, but you know what? I'm gonna drop a pop quiz on y'all. See? Gotta make sure y'all paying attention. Most of y'all gonna get 100% on this and feel real smart. You ready? Here we go. What is 5 plus 5? 10. Yes, you're right. I heard your thoughts. Okay, here we go. 2 more left. What is 8 plus 2? 10. Wow, you are good. Okay, last one. What is 13 minus 3? 10. Wow, you just got a 100. A++. This is a little exercise I saw in a video on Instagram. This exercise is to show you that there are multiple ways to get to 10. Whether you're in school or whether you're out of school already, make a goal and assign that goal as 10. And to let you know, there are multiple ways that you can achieve that goal. I went to school for 12 years and the majority of that stuff that I learned, I can't even tell you any of it. But I had a clear vision of what my 10 was. So any opportunity that came along, I could look at it and be like, is this gonna take me closer to my goal or further from my goal? When I was in school, I heard somebody say something and it stuck with me for a really long time. They said, so many young people are so frustrated because they don't know their purpose. So going back to what the girl said in this video, she's right. Your grades don't define you or your success. You define your success. If you're hearing my voice right now, that means you exist. If you exist, you have a purpose. So figure out a goal, attach it as your 10, be a good person, and go be successful. I'm out. You might be single, you might be in a relationship. I don't know your struggle. I don't know what you've been through. DJ, drop that beat. We're gonna do a lightning round real quick, and then we're gonna get into some semi-ratchet stories. People are weird, bruh. Another reason you might be attracted to unavailable people. You haven't met the right one yet, and you're not gonna settle. Let's splinter off the people are weird. People are also delusional. No tea, no shade. People out here nowadays are petty. Some of us are single because we just like hollering at multiple people. We like having options. I know some of us, we have impossible standards. People are too clingy nowadays and you like your own space. But people just like to be theatrical, bruh. If you got a bad attitude, you're negative, or you just like to fight, you ever talk to somebody or dated somebody where you gotta live on eggshells? I was talking to this one girl, it got to the point to where I could not joke around her at all. If you're a hermit, and the only time you ever leave the crib is to go to the grocery, that's probably why you S-I-N-G-L-E. Hey, let's go. I'm at the red lights, twerking on them headlights. Sorry, I told y'all we're getting to the ratchet stories. I got ahead of myself. Not yet. Sorry. DJ, run it back from the top, playboy. They think this is a game.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Another reason you might be single is relationships are expensive. I went on a double date to Tao in LA. I get that bill, it was like $900. Garçon, excusez-moi. Bruh, you just brought us water, like we haven't even ordered yet. Dating now is like having a second job that you pay to go to. And don't get me started on drinks. Like you go to a bar and you order a round of drinks, you get that bill and it looks like you just bought stock in Hennessy. You used to be able to say, I'm emotionally unavailable. Now, you just say, I'm economically unavailable. And the worst time to be single is immediately after the breakup. A lot of us, we just broke up. We're fresh out of relationshipville. So we drive over to Cheesecake Factory to eat our feelings. You get there and the server brings you that Linda fudge cake and you're about to mush it up. And as you're about to take that first bite, you turn around and then right behind us, the two teenagers are getting engaged. And the dude looked like he just got his driver's license, right? Everybody's always madly in love whenever you're not in love. Walking down the street nowadays feels like you're in a Disney movie where everybody is holding hands and you're the Disney villain walking alone all by yourself. And also, I don't want anybody to misconstrue what I'm saying. Being in a relationship is awesome. Companionship is awesome. However, being single is awesome. And when you're single, your For You page is just flooded. Wedding setups and extravagant beach weddings and baby gender reveals. If society's got you feeling incomplete, if your parents got you like, where are my grandkids? Don't listen to them. Also, why come for our whole lives, our parents are like, you better never have sex ever or you'll die. And then as soon as we get out of college,
Where are my grandkids? Pop out babies!
being single is a superpower. Shout out to the single people who are focused on becoming the best version of themselves. Whether you're single or in a relationship, your goal should be happiness. Get happy first, single, then let a relationship add to your happiness. Because we all know people who are in a relationship and miserable. I honestly had a different video planned to post, but my DMs are full with people asking for advice on dealing with breakups right now. So we're audibling to this. Learn to listen to your flaws about yourself without getting mad. Everybody else around you has a perspective of you that you don't have. You know, there's 100 different versions of you that exist in other people's minds. Okay, story time. Ready? I was out doing my thing. I was with some friends. I saw this girl, and it wasn't love at first sight, but it was, oh my God, at first sight. Y'all, this girl was sexy than a mug. So honestly, I didn't think I had a shot. I went up to this girl. I didn't just take a shot. I emptied the whole clip. I rizzed her up. Wizard of Oz at your service, right? Get her number. We go on that first date. We have a good old time. We keep texting. We keep talking. We keep flirting. Then I says to her, I says, okay, for date number 2, we're doing a vacation date. My stimulus check just came in. If you want to get Italian, let's get Italian in Italy. We didn't go to Italy. This is the second date, guys. Calm down. But we did fly somewhere. So we get to our vacation spot, get to the hotel. We're at dinner. Everything's going good. Drinking wine. Get the bill. It's 2 million Fortnite V-Bucks. Get back to the hotel room. We still haven't kissed. Went on the first date. Flirted a bunch. Still haven't kissed. Everything has that dreamlike quality because the wine is hitting right. Our faces start getting close, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Birdman hand rub, you know what I mean? I'm about to smooch this girl up and she about to fall in love, plur. And then boom, we kiss. And y'all, oh my God. It was the worst kiss ever. She made her mouth stiff. Top lip stiff, bottom lip stiff, tongue stiff. We're on this vacation day for 3 days. So the last day on the vacation date, I'm just like, I'm gonna say something. So I says to her, I says, yeah, I'm just weighing in as an unbiased third party not attached to this situation with no vested interest. But, Porque, why you kiss me like you don't wanna kiss me? And then she says to me, she says,
Why does every guy tell me that?
okay, if every guy is saying this, either all of them have issues or you're the one with the issue. We all have these flaws that hide right in plain sight, but they're invisible to us. And if we get mad anytime anyone tries to help us out, we're gonna spend a lot of time real frustrated thinking that the other person's the problem when we're the problem the whole time. And let me just use this as a segue to talk to my couples and people's in relationships real quick. So I'm dating this girl, we're dating for a month or two, and she didn't realize, but she brought her ex up every single day. After about a month of hearing about one of her exes every single day, I was like, okay, I'm gonna start keeping track of how long this goes on for. So after I got to a certain point, I had to say something. So I says to her, I says, yeah, I'm just weighing in as an unbiased third party not attached to this situation with no vested interest, but I don't think you're aware, but you brought up one of your exes every single day for the last 4 months. Just wanted to point, I'm not trying to start none, just want to point that out to you. When I said this to her, do you think she A, said,
I didn't even notice. Thanks for pointing it out. You're so awesome.
or do you think she B, turned into She-Hulk, got mad, and started flipping tables? Needless to say, we didn't work out, but she was a lot of fun, I'm not gonna lie. If you're with somebody and they're telling you, hey, you're this, you're that, if your POI or your friends are telling you things, thank them first, and then work on it. If you're in a relationship and you never want to accept correction from anybody, that's not a relationship, because relationships are compromise. That's a dictatorship. And if you want to run a dictatorship, do yourself a favor and just stay S-I-N-G-L-E. Hey, let's go. I'm making red lights, twerking on them headlights. Okay, now on to the next topic. I got a few secret things happening behind the curtain that y'all don't know about. I can finally talk about one of them. YouTube featured me in a documentary. It's freaking awesome. I had no idea in my whole way of thinking that I would end up creating a whole new community.
This is Gandhi.
Without Swoozie, today's YouTube animation scene would look very different.
So this will be a pilot episode of video blog. Swoozie's video. I gotta come up with a cool name too.
So they say never meet your heroes. You ever wonder why they say that? Because what happens if you meet them and they're an a-hole? All right, let's kick things off with Ashley Johnson. So I actually met her at the Alex Wasabi versus iDubbbz boxing match. I'm in the crowd, I'm about 10 rows back, and I'm with my friend and her boyfriend. And we're mid-conversation, and he interrupts us. He's like, that's Ashley Johnson right there. Where? Right over there. Who's Ashley Johnson? She's in this TV show I watch, and she's the voice of Ellie on Last of Us. How can you tell, dude? It's the back of her head. I know the back of that head. Anywhere. Are you gonna go say something to her? No, she is the queen. Alright, if you're not gonna go say nothing to her, I am. So then I walk over and I'm like, are you Ashley? Yes. You down for a quick selfie? I'd love to. Alright, I'm gonna give Ashley a 100 out of 10. She was lovely. If you see her, ask for that picture. Let's do Jeezy. See, when you meet rappers, they're a little bit of a different kind of celebrity. They usually have their guard up. You know, most rappers talk about drugs and guns and money, and they don't know who you with, so they can be a little awkward sometimes. Me and my boy Mel go to this YouTube party. Jeezy walks in. Mel freaks out. Me and Mel go over. I start talking to him like, hey Jeezy, is it cool if my boy gets a picture real quick? Jeezy's like, eh. And as Mel walks up next to him, this is what Jeezy does right here. He just takes out his phone and I don't know if this dude was listening to a voice memo, fake taking a call, I don't know what he was doing. So just based off of that interaction, not Jeezy as a person, but just based off of that interaction, I'm gonna have to give Jeezy a 2 out of 10. About 10 minutes later, Ludacris and Lorenz Tate walk in. Now, I'm a huge Ludacris fan. I don't want to mess up the image I have in my head of Ludacris, so I kinda want a picture, but just let me go over and say, what up? So I walk past Luda and I'm like, he's like, what up, man? Keep it pushing. And I walk over to Lorenz Tate. Hey, bro, I'm a huge Power fan. Up until that last season, but can I get a picture? He was like, yeah, you can get a quick picture. So I take out my phone to do a selfie and he's like, nah. We're grown men. Grown men don't do selfies. Hand that camera off to somebody else. Lorenz Tate, I'll give him a 10 out of 10. Very cool dude. Next, let's do the cast of Stranger Things. I'm at the premiere. We binge watched the first 2 episodes in the movie theater. Then there's the after party.
All right, guys, we just finished the screening, and now we're off to the after party.
London is my +1. You ever been out dancing someplace and you're the only person on the dance floor? It's one of those situations, right? Everybody's too cool to dance, but apparently me and London, we're not that cool, so we're out there in the middle of the dance floor by ourselves, like. Then I see her eyes get real big. I turn around and guess who's standing right directly behind me? Millie Bobby Brown. I turn around, start talking to Millie, and then the whole cast pops up out of nowhere, like from a portal, from the upside down. And I'm looking at London like, yo, are we in another dimension right now? Like, this is a movie that we're in. So a circle forms on the dance floor, and then London instantly jumps into it, and then she is just tearing it up. And then Noah Schnapp comes over to me and he was like, bruh, did this girl come with you? And I'm here like, London is no longer here with me. I'm now her +1. And I'm like, yep, that's my friend London doing London things as usual. Bro, she can dance. Caleb McLaughlin is there, we're talking. We actually met a few months before this at another party. All right, so let's get some ratings here. I'm just gonna rate the top 3 people based on my interaction, okay? So number 3, we're gonna go to Gaden. He seemed to really appreciate his fans. Let's give him a 10 out of 10. Number 2, we'll give it to Noah. We'll give him a 15 out of 10. Very cool dude. And the homie Caleb, we're gonna give him a 20 out of 10. Back to the Future cast, should we do them? I'm subscribed to the Back to the Future newsletter. I checked my email one day on the newsletter. They're like, Christopher Lloyd, Leah Thompson, and Michael J. Fox for the first time this decade. And they're all gonna be here at Silicon Valley Comic-Con. Boy, I bought that ticket the next day. Michael J. Fox was charging like $250 for his autograph. Got up to him, got his autograph, but it was it was a conveyor belt, so you didn't really get to talk to him. Then I went over to Christopher Lloyd, who played Doc. He was charging like $80. I got to speak to him. Really cool dude, but it was a little weird because he was a little too cool, you know? Listen, Back to the Future has been one of my favorite movies since I was 8 years old. And every time I watch it, I never realized, but Doc, he is like over the top. There's a bomb! The Libyans are trying to kill me! Marty! 1.21 gigawatts! Like, he's always yelling, and I never realized that. So to meet him finally, why are you acting weird, bro? Yell at me or something. I'm kidding. Christopher Lloyd was a really cool dude. We'll give Doc a 10 out of 10. Okay, next up, let's do Myles Garrett. Met Myles, I think it was on Instagram during COVID. So I hit up Myles, I was like, hey, when's a good time for me to come through and see a game? This date and this date. Pull up. So I fly to Cleveland to watch him play.
Racing away and he's sacked again! Myles Garrett!
We chop it up. The next day, he's like, hey, I got courtside seats for the Cavs. You want to go watch? So I'm like, psh, yee. We get to this Cavs game, y'all. Imagine being courtside at a basketball game. The entire stadium starts chanting, Myles Garrett. We walked to like this VIP concession stand and walked back, and this lady saw us and she like held up her baby against the glass like, take my baby. Other dudes were like, take my girlfriend, take me. Imagine you play for the Cavs, right? And you're at the foul line about to take your free throws, and all of a sudden you hear, Myles Garrett. They're cheering for a dude who is not playing and is sitting in the crowd. I'm just waiting for them to throw us on the Jumbotron and be like, look, we have Myles Garrett here. Look at this little kid next to him. Oh my God, he brought a Make-A-Wish kid to the game. Myles is so awesome. Okay, let's maybe talk about the game. There's 3 seconds left and the game is tied in triple overtime. Man, forget the game. It's all about Myles and this little homeless kid that he clearly flew in from Indonesia. Come on, guys, let's get the chant going again. And me and Myles have a very epic Lord of the Rings level, Hunger Games type, rock, paper, scissors tournament going on right now. It's ongoing. Myles, who is the rock, paper, scissors champion?
Oh,
who is the champion?
It is contested.
Me. I'm gonna give Myles, Myles, what are we gonna give you? We're gonna give Myles a 850. One of the coolest, most hardworking dudes I've ever met. I think that's a good spot to end it. Yeah, let's end it here. Should we do YouTubers on the next one? Should we do YouTubers? Let me know. How is it acceptable behavior to just fall off the face of the earth? Here's the problem. In the back of our minds, we all know we're hiding behind a screen, and if we ghost, we never have to see that person ever again. And also, what's the consequence for ghosting? We also know there's no consequence.
When you get older, hide and seek becomes a game called ghosting. only nobody ever comes to find you, right? And you can block them. Yeah.
People ghost for all kind of reasons. I'm gonna share some things that my friends have said, I'm gonna share some things that my Instagram followers said, and then I'm gonna share my story about the one time I've ever ghosted somebody. You meet somebody behind a screen, you establish comms, you actually both leave your house to meet up someplace, go back home, message them again from behind that screen, and then you never hear from them again. That's dating in the 21st century. See, we're in an internet-based society. There's really no consequence when you're hiding behind a screen and you just stop responding to somebody. And here's the other part too. 9 times out of 10, it's something that we did or something that we're doing that's rubbing the other person the wrong way. Let's talk about it, all right? I've asked some of my friend girls reasons they specifically ghosted dudes, as in they went on a date with a guy and then after the date never hit him up. So these are actual real life accounts. First one, my friend met this guy on an app. In his bio it said he was 6'2". On the date he was like 5'6". Ghosted. Don't lie in your bios. So if you're on the dating apps and you say one thing and you show up in your another thing, that could be a reason. Another friend girl says she went on a date, the dude left $0 tip, ghosted. Maybe drop a clue for the dude, because you just ghosting after that date and he doesn't leave a tip, he's gonna go on to the next date and not leave a tip. So next time, say something like, really? Not even $1? So that way, if you do ghost, he can think back like, why did she just, it's because I didn't leave a tip. So give him a clue, give us a breadcrumb. In my personal experience, what I've noticed when it comes to girls ghosting, it's typically because they got something else on the back burner. They're talking you up, conversations are going good, and then all of a sudden they stop. It's because option 3 popped up and now is priority 1. My friend B had this really good point. She said, she doesn't like to ghost anybody, even when the guy is not getting it. What she'll do is Casper the Friendly Ghost. And that's where you slowly start dialing back. You take like a day to respond, then 2 days to respond, and then 3-word responses, then 2-word responses, then 1 word, and then no words. Casper the Friendly Ghost. Moving on. One thing you never do. Don't keep hitting the girl up after she stopped replying. When you're just there having a conversation by yourself, that girl is 1,000,000% screenshotting and sharing it with her group chats, all right? Just don't get, it's not a guess, that's a fact. 1 message, they don't reply. 2 max, they don't reply, and you're getting those vibes, stop. We're always on the grid, okay? I've sourced some of the most brilliant minds on the internet, the people who follow me on Instagram. I actually had my own list of stuff, but y'all submitted some ideas for this that beat mine. Here we go. This is the one I hear a lot. You're being creepy. Ghost. If you're too awkward or too nice, girls want the nice guy, but a lot of them don't want the nice guy. You know what I mean? There's a balance. There's a yin and the yang. Nowadays, you say one wrong thing on a date, ghosted. You come off too strong or they got what they wanted out of the interaction, listen, it happens. They think they're better than you, they don't want to talk to you. And this is the most hard-hitting one coming up right here. Better graphics. Ghosted. Ghosted. And I mean, let's talk about it, because they're actually in a relationship when they told you they were single. That's another good one. Too soon. PTSD. The conversation wasn't hitting and the wordplay ain't fizzing. I feel that. I did see the creepy stuff come up a lot. So fellas, pay attention. Tact. T-A-C-T. Look it up. A lot of girls have it, a lot of guys don't. I mean, I think this applies to some of us too. They'll ghost us because they're so scared of our midichlorian count. They're so fearful they're gonna fall in love with us. So for their own protection and their own sanity, poof, poor manners, not enough respect to tell someone no, or they're just disinterested. People just hate dealing with emotions and they hate confrontation. Guys, once you give the girls the ick, it's really hard to come back from that. I mean, it's virtually mission impossible, whatever mission impossible we're on right now. I mean, this one is a good one, because they suck. This was a good one. They only hit you up when they're bored. Ghosting because they make bad choices. I've actually had friends show me their phone about this one. If you send 4 or 5 texts just to say what's up, we should hang, that could rub people the wrong way. Text management. This is the best one for the plot. Wait, has anybody here ghosted somebody because of their horoscope? Let me know, please. I don't know about this one. This is the only one I'll let slide that I don't know about. Somebody who just likes small doses of flirty interactions. So just leapfrogging from lily pad to lily pad. You're just one of many lily pads you get hopped on? when one of their friends or somebody they know says something to them about you. But listen, if you're just trying to ghost me without even getting my side, I'm not even trying to fight for that friendship, relationship, whatever ship. Fact of the matter, most people just don't take rejection well, and we all know this. They got short-term memory, or maybe they thought they responded to you, and then weeks later, they're too embarrassed to text back anymore. That's a good one. They warned you about something, you ignored them, ghosted. Granted, we're all human, so maybe not just off of one warning, maybe give us a second warning, maybe. The only time I've ghosted somebody, I mean ghosted as in no warning, no nothing, just poof vamoose, drop off the face of the earth, block. Me and my boy Aaron were at the mall, and we all had those conversations that are suitable for our friends' ears only, but not anybody else outside of our immediate circle, right? So me and him were having one of those conversations, and then he interrupts me and he goes, "Oh shoot, don't look now, but I think that girl that just walked by us heard what you just said, but don't look." And instantly I'm like, brrr! And I see this girl, and she has this look on her face like, oh my God. She had walked past and she was on an escalator going down. So she was literally like, check my Instagram and I have a message from somebody who looks like the girl from the mall. I opened that thing so fast. Hey, was that you at the mall today? Maybe. Was that you going down the escalator? Oh my God, it was you? You looked like you overheard part of our conversation. What did you overhear by chance? I didn't hear anything, I just saw you. So then, why were you looking at me like that as you were going down the escalator? Dude, because I've been a fan forever and I never thought I'd actually see you in person, so I was trying to figure out if it was actually happening. So you didn't hear anything? No. You swear? Swear to me! Why? What were y'all talking about? No, nothing. Nothing at all. So we talked for a few days and then she like, we should hang out sometime. Let me get your number. Give the girl my number, and not even a week later, I'm going through my DMs and I'm replying, and I get one that says, Swooze, I'm just letting you know, I got a friend who recently got your number, and she out here giving it to people. I don't be giving my number out, so I instantly know who she's talking about. Yeah, I thought it was kind of jacked up, so I'm just letting you know. So I hit mall girl back. Bruh, are you out here giving out my number? Yeah, what's the big deal? I figured I didn't have to say this, but I apparently have to say this. Please don't give my number out to anybody. So that gave me the ick big time right there. We talk a lot less after that. And then a few months later, out of the blue random, this girl hits me with, I eat birds. I just ate a bird. I've been drinking, so I'm a little woozy, but I eat birds. I literally kill birds and eat them. Blocked. You know what? I'm out. Blocked, blocked, blocked. No explanation. Ghost. Even though I know my friends have blocked people for a lot less, I still felt kind of bad. Like you were drinking that night, but I just started to see the signs and where this was going. So as I start working on this video, I remember, oh shoot, I wonder what mall girl is up to. So I unblock her and message her, and I explain to her why I stopped talking to her. So we start catching up. Yeah, I'm married now. Sorry for the way I acted. Cool, cool. All good, water under the bridge. In the off chance that you randomly remember what me and Aaron were talking about at the mall all those years ago, you better not tell anybody.
Any of y'all ever lay down to go to bed and can't fall asleep because your brain won't shut up? No? Nobody? Just me? Cool. Well, if you're like me, then you are not alone. Let me stop. Anyways, y'all see the title, these problems are caused by our thoughts. And for you normies out there, let me tell you why us overthinkers are late for hangs. We're indecisive. We lay an outfit on the bed, try it on, look in the mirror, nah. Change, new outfit, nah. Why come these pants make my cheekbones stand out? Change again. Bro, I'm ugly. Why do I even try? How do I have friends? It's a vicious cycle. The question you need to ask yourself is, how many times has worrying added a single hour to your life? 0. Oh, and I know you know about them conversations that happen, and then a few hours or a day later, you be in the shower like, oh man, I should have said this. Oh, bruh. Also, overthinkers, we care too much. I think that's the main problem. You ever dated somebody who overanalyzes everything? It's like walking on eggshells at all times. Listen, if you're in the talking phase, don't post cryptic social media posts, okay? Don't post cryptic anything. Stories, tweets, nothing. When you jump on Twitter and you post something like,
Oh, it's like that? With zero context? Just don't be looking all confused when your POI drives by your house and throws a brick through your window at 2 a.m. That's rocket fuel for an overthinker. Because we instantly assume it's about us. And if we don't, we spend the next hour wondering who you're talking about. Fellas, it's almost like when your girl have a dream about you and you cheated on her in the dream and she wakes up mad at you in real life and you ain't do nothing, right? You see her and she's just mad at you. You're like, what's wrong? You know what you did. It's kind of like that. Not for nothing, you have usually 2 types of overthinkers. The ones that confront you and the ones that will just stay quiet and be in their own head. Anybody that's gonna confront you will straight up be like, yo, is this about me? And they're probably gonna ask you that every time you post something cryptic. And the ninjas who are just gonna internalize, we're just gonna sit there and think to ourselves for hours or days and just go crazy. And overthinkers, let me talk to y'all for a second. Overthinking, as you already know, leads to anxiety. And we don't need any more of that. You know how many times we will add you to our close friends list on Instagram and then remove you from our close friends list on Instagram? A lot. You don't know this, but you be getting removed and added frequently. Overthinking leads you to worrying about problems that don't even exist. Worrying fixes nothing. Overthinking fixes nothing. I'm jumping on here to talk to my overthinkers. I'm also jumping on here me to me. I'm just super saying, this video's for y'all, but it's also for me. I got a good handle on it now, but you know, every now and then it'd be flaring up. A typical overthinker, you know, they wake up, they start their day, and all of a sudden they think, I wonder if aliens really do exist. And the next thing you know, they're in a full-blown argument with their friends about the next alien invasion. Get in agriculture, bro. Stock up on water, they're coming. War of the Worlds. Okay, E.T., Pacific Rim. Where you think all these screenwriters be getting their ideas from? The aliens, they're up there watching us right now. What do you think AI is? It's the aliens. Look at me, shh. It's the aliens. You ain't gonna be laughing in a few more weeks when they come down. Watch. And don't ever take the bait when they want to talk to you about the apocalypse. If overthinking burned calories, firstly, my 6-pack would be a 9-pack. My jawline would cut glass. I would just walk through the mall and it would psh everywhere. Worrying fixes nothing. Overthinking fixes nothing. How many times has worrying added a single hour to your life? 0. All you need is the right mindset. Stop worrying about tomorrow. Stay positive. To all my overthinker friends out there, let me just remind you, you've made it through a lot of bad situations and you might be in a mental bad situation right now. The same way you got through the other stuff, you can get through this. Avoid letting your brain go to the default negative. Anytime you catch yourself overthinking in the negative, force it to the positive. I don't know who needs to hear that, but I'm gonna put it out there in the metaverse, universe, multiverse, okay? There are some people in the world who think they're the center of the universe and that everybody else around them are just random NPCs. They just do stuff for the plot. Mid-key, low-key, social media kind of shapes us into having main character mindset. Take pictures of yourself, film yourself, edit yourself, post about yourself. Not all of us have main character energy. Actually, some of us have sidekick energy. And main characters love sidekicks. I'm Batman, you Robin. Y'all seen Mean Girls, Regina George? She's a textbook definition of main character. I believe there's 3 types of main characters and I've never heard anybody talking about this, so let's just go ahead and put it into scripture right now. Type 1 main character just loves to talk about themselves and loves hearing about themselves. I'm gonna throw myself on the chopping block one time for the one time. I used to be type 1 main character, but just for like 3 years. I didn't realize until a friend called me out on it, and it's important that when friends call you out on it, you don't get all mad and salty, okay? Type 2 main character energy is when you're a main character with your actions. So when you're at that festival and you've been standing all day and you turn to your boyfriend and go, put me on your shoulders, that's some main character type stuff. Your back hurts, so you know his back hurts. Your feet hurt, so you know his feet hurt. And then you're blocking the view of everybody behind you. Getting on somebody's shoulders one time at a concert or festival doesn't make you a main character, but I'm just giving you guys an example. Because there's some people who operate like that every day, all the time. And type 3 main character is where you're a combination of type 1 and 2. Life is a movie, y'all. When filmmakers go to make a movie, they have a bio for each character. What are we putting for the characteristics in your bio? Mischievous, flirty, self-centered, egotistical? What would all your friends write if they were writing your bio? You are a main character, not the main character. I was chilling with this girl I was dating at the time, my friend and his girlfriend. We're watching The Great Gatsby show. Show's still going on, my friend's girl goes, I'm hungry, let's leave, let's go to In-N-Out. Bet, say less. So we leave, we're walking to the lobby of the hotel. I turn to say something to my boy. Him and his girlfriend are gone. Ghost Protocol, Phantom Menace. So I jump in the group chat and I texted them my text. Where y'all at? The girlfriend goes, we're tired, we went up to the room. But go to In-N-Out, get a number 2 animal style for me and a number 1 for him. First of all, we left because of y'all. I'm still here thinking about step 1 when y'all just ditched us in the lobby without saying bye. So that means y'all conversed with each other like, let's leave. And bounced. La la la, we're out. And then leave without saying bye? Their hotel where we're at is right here. In-N-Out is right here, and my hotel is all the way over here. So y'all want me to leave here, go to In-N-Out, turn around, come back, walk the food all the way up to you, drop it, and then take another $80 Uber all the way to my hotel? This girl and this guy are 2 of my favorite people, so I would have done this for them. However, there is so much disrespect on this screen right now. And just so we are 8K 4XD high definition clear, there is nothing wrong with being a main character because you're the main character in your movie. Problems start happening when you're the main character and you're treating everybody else like they're a supporting character or an extra in your movie. If you're walking around doing side character moves, nix it, cut it. So I'm gonna challenge all y'all to be a main character. Live your life like it is a movie. Create memories whenever you can, even if you're gonna meet somebody for lunch later on today. Because when you really stop and think about it, people are like universes. All the intricacies of their preferences, their likes, their habits, their past, like they're universes. So yeah, tip your server, return that shopping cart, help people in need. That homeless person that you're driving past on the side of the road, they're the main character of their movie. Just because they're homeless doesn't make them any less of a main character, think about it. So in closing, I think the problem with main character is the lack of respect. Jim Quick said this one time, he's a great motivational speaker. Life is like tennis. The better you can serve, the more you can control the game. True story, got a really quick true story for you guys. We have this guy, and we have this girl. Yeah, I'm gonna start a video, like I haven't been gone for the last 5 months? Anyways, there's this guy and this girl. Guy might be me, the girl might be me. I might not even be in this equation at all, okay? It's a true story, that's all that matters. So there's a guy and there's this girl. I missed you guys. Thank you for being so patient. I'm losing my voice, I've been yelling for the last few days. Anyways, so there's this guy and this girl. I know some of my friends are sitting there like, I know who he's about to talk about. No, you don't. You don't know my struggle. You don't know what I've been through. So there's this guy and this girl. You've seen couples like this. These guys would argue for no reason. The guy would walk into the room and be like, what day is it, babe?
Tuesday. Why?
I don't know, I'm bored. Mortal Kombat! Boom, ba-jump, 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 boom. And they start fighting. For no reason. You've seen these couples. You might have been one of these couples. You know what? Let's just pause the story really quickly. Let's just address this head on. Gaslighters never think they're the problem. Alright, so let's just break it down Barney style. If you're being dishonest or you're telling a lie and somebody else is getting close to catching you, that's typically when gaslighting happens. Some of y'all remember that story a little while ago when I was 13 and took my mom's car and drove it around and then parked it like not in the right parking spot, and the next day my mom came along like, where's my car? I thought I parked it right here. Mom, no. You remember you parked it like way over there. That's me gaslighting my mom. It doesn't just happen in relationships. Gaslighting happens anytime you're just trying to trick somebody or manipulate somebody. Because usually whenever we feel ourselves about to get caught in a lie or we feel ourselves getting cornered, we have a defense mechanism where we just gaslighting. So for those of y'all who are too young to be in a relationship yet, you can gaslight your parents, you can gaslight your friends. And the way to get around this is just be honest. Because you want to know what's worse than getting caught in a lie is when that person that you're gaslighting realizes that you were gaslighting them. Oh, then you got problems, cousin. I love when you catch somebody lying and you know that they're lying and they know that you know that they're lying and they still lie. Because see, the reason I'm even making a video like this is because a lot of my friends around me are dealing with this problem right now. And the gaslighters think that they're innocent. So let's just all try this exercise, okay? If you're watching this video and you're in a relationship, just say to yourself, it's me, hi, I'm the problem, it's me, I'm a gaslighter. At some point in time, we've all gaslit somebody. In our own eyes, we're always doing the right thing. There's some people, believe it or not, who just need conflict, but there are actually those people out there who need drama, and when there's no drama, they will start it. I know it sounds crazy, but I've encountered it. I had a friend catch her boyfriend one time being sneaky. This man FaceTimed her twice in the same day, and she called me and she was like, he's up to something. What you mean? He normally only FaceTimes me one time max ever in a day. He FaceTimed me twice. He's up to something. How much you wanna bet? She was dead right. She caught him meeting up with some other girl at the bar, just off the energy that he was putting off. There's certain actions that we do that give off energy. Even our inaction will give off a certain energy. If your boyfriend or girlfriend or mom or dad is a fine-tuned antenna, they will pick up on this energy and they will catch you. So don't think you over here like, I'm gonna slide over real quick on a sneaky link and they're never gonna find out. So no matter how sneaky or how good of an actor you think you are, people can pick up on energy, people pick up on vibes. So here's a solution. Be honest. Anyways, sorry for the tangent. Back to the story. So there's this guy and this girl. Guy walks in the room. Hey babe, what day is it? Valentine's Day. Why? Mortal Kombat. And they start a fight. Even though the guy started the fight, he was like, you know what, let me squash it. I'm being irrational. Let me take you out to get something to eat. Guy takes the girl to her favorite restaurant. Like, the fight is starting to calm down, but he's ignoring her because he's on his phone. Normally this guy, when he's texting, he holds his phone to where the girlfriend can't see who he's texting. But this time, he's holding the phone to where she can just see just a little bit. So the girl glances at the phone like, who are you texting that you ignored me for? She sees that her boyfriend is texting his ex in the middle of a fight. Remember how I told y'all there's some people who just can't let stuff be calm? They need some kind of turmoil. The fight starts all over again. No, it's not. I was texting her to be like, I can't talk to you no more, out of the blue random. She's here like, no, I'm not stupid. You're texting your ex to make me even more mad. Later the dude admits, yeah, I wasn't done fighting and you were being calm and I wanted you to get mad like me, so I was trying to get you on my same level of upset. Something else you guys have to understand, in relationships, there are those people that when they get mad and you stay calm, there's some people that feel like you don't care enough if you're not getting as mad as they are, so they want you to get as mad as they are, so they'll do things to get you as mad as they are. Here's the thing, we all do things like this in relationships. This scenario with the dude texting his ex in the middle of a fight, for the girl, was the beginning of the end. That, for her, cemented the relationship in a certain direction. It was a ticking time bomb until doomsday at that point. Our actions cement certain consequences. For example, for those of you who play chess, when you're playing white, your first move is either with a pawn or a knight. Depending on which of those two moves you make, then cement the outcome of the end of the game. The moves you make can lock certain consequences into the fate of your relationship with that person. So, the relationships around us are extremely important. Boyfriend, girlfriend, mom, dad, friends, family, brother, sister. Reflect on your own actions. Make sure you're not the toxic one. I've found that when dealing with people, there's something you can do that fixes all that. And you know what it is? Just be honest. I want you to think about a problematic friend. Just think of one. Did they start off being drama? The first week y'all hung out, were they just problems from off rip? Or did they start off being cool, being fun, and then over time, they start calling you like, I think Doug is cheating on me. Every conversation now is about Doug and who he's cheating on you with. Here's something that it took me a long time to figure out about people. There are just those people around you who don't want to get out of their toxic cloud that they're in and love talking about their problems. Where is the lie? No lies detected. I figured it out. We just love drama. I will sit and listen to any of my friends' problems once, maybe twice. On the third time, we're talking about solutions. So either we're gonna talk about solutions or we're changing the topic. A lot of people just wanna hear themselves talk about their own problems out loud. Because we all have those friends who we're gonna give them advice and they're gonna be like, yeah, you're right. And they're gonna turn around and do the same stupid nonsense again. Especially when this problematic friend has drama with one of our mutual friends. Honestly, I stopped listening to just one person's side. I gotta get both people's side. Because people only like to tell you what the other person's doing wrong, never what they've done wrong. Or not that they started a fight and then started acting like the victim in a problem that they started. People love to do that. Where is the lie? No lies detected. I think a lot of what it is we have that friend, but we fall in love with version 1 of them. And they're on version 3.0 and they're off on some other stuff, but we still see the good in you, Anakin. What are your toxic traits? A lot of us are gonna be sitting here like, I don't really know, because we don't sit around thinking about this. We're quick to point out everybody else's toxic traits, but reflection, that's not something a lot of people are comfortable doing, because when you look back at yourself, you might see something that you might not like. When you hit up your friends, are you talking to them about your problems every time y'all talk? There's also the takers. They're always asking for things to be done for them, but they're never doing anything for anybody else. Some of y'all know this from my other videos, but I didn't have a lot of friends growing up. So growing up, that's all I wanted was friends. But I feel like we're at a place right now that we're just so codependent on people. So codependent that we're scared to lose friends. Because the fact of the matter is, we have friends who are just not good friends. The people around you are important. If they weren't, just think about what life would be like if this planet was empty and you were just here by yourself. But also I gotta look at myself, because if I'm surrounded by a bunch of snakes and bad friends, I have to start thinking, what's the criteria that I'm using? What pot is it that I keep dipping into when it comes to choosing and friend selection? I can't just keep saying, oh my God, all these problematic people just keep magnetizing to me. I can't keep saying that. Here's my stance on this. You're a big freaking deal. You need to have a circle of people around you who aren't in competition with you. They're not trying to one-up you. They're not talking junk about you behind your back. I feel like a lot of the people who watch my videos are like me in the sense that we have big hearts, we're sensitive, so we care a lot about the people in our circles. There's some people that are real close to you right now that do not have your best intentions in mind. When I have somebody in my circle and they start saying stuff like, unfollow this person and don't hang out with that person. In my experience, whenever I hear people talking like that, you're the person I need to be watching. You telling me who I can and can't follow? That don't sound like an unproblematic person to me. If you're quiet for long enough, and you pay attention and watch for long enough, the people around you, boyfriend, girlfriends, regular friends, family, they all let you know exactly what they're all about. I know I'm a little late to the party, but late is better than never. My girlfriend gonna run in my room like,
Why did you leave the toilet seat up again?
Daggam! You leave the toilet seat down, I gotta pick it up. If I leave it up, just put it down. Have you not seen that rat's nest you got on the sink right now?
Hello, those are my essentials.
Then she started talking about some,
My internet is slow. Let me see your phone.
and go straight to my text messages.
Who are all these girls?
And I'm like, daggam! It's my mom, my sister, and my Aunt Debbie.
No, not them. These girls,
I told you I was talking to like 2 other girls before you and me started dating. Why you all up in my face, girl? And then she get mad and leave. And I'm like, daggam! 2 hours later, she called me on FaceTime. I know she's still mad because the camera's pointed up at the ceiling fan. I'm over here thinking like, man, I can't wait to break up with this girl. I'm gonna be up in the club twerking every night. My cheeks gonna be clapping like this. Bow, 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 bow. All the girls gonna be up in my DMs the next day like,
boy, where you get all that cake from? I saw them cheeks clapping when you was wild twerking.
I'm gonna DM the girls back like, I'm emotionally unavailable right now. Why you all up in my face, girl? I need my space. I'm gonna be up in the gym every day after the breakup like, I'm about to look sexy than a mug. Swole Patrol. I can't wait to get up on Instagram with all my thirst traps. But then my girl gonna text me something sweet, like a cute gift or something.
I'm sorry. Let me take you out to eat to make it up to you.
And I'll be like, bet, say less. And when we get to my car, she's gonna be like,
I want to drive your new car.
and then halfway up the road, she'll be doing 55 miles an hour and then hit a curb like, pow! And look over at me like,
oopsies.
Then we get to California Pistol Kitchen.
I missed you.
You saw me an hour ago and you were mad at me. Are you a psychopath? And she's sitting there pouting. I'm like, why are you mad now? Are you mad because I yelled at you for hitting the curb?
No, I'm pre-mad for our next fight.
And I'm like, that damn woman, I can't win. Why everything gotta be a fight? How about instead of you always trying to start a fight with me, here's a crazy idea. Let's start a fight with a random couple in this restaurant. Come on. You're gonna start walking around California Pizza Kitchen and she's gonna be like,
them right there.
You see my boyfriend over there? He says your girlfriend has cellulite in her legs and she also got a pancake booty. Get him, babe!
My girl would come visit me in the hospital with flowers, go in the bathroom and come out.
You left the toilet seat up again!
I meet this girl who lives in Miami and we're trying to decide on where to go for our first date.
Come to this music festival with me.
Girl, I'm from the streets. We don't do music festivals, okay? Concerts. You wanna go see Drake? You wanna go see Future? I'm gonna be there. Please? Fine. I drive 3 hours to Miami for this. I've never been to a music festival, not one day in my whole life. The question I get a lot is what kind of music I listen to, and I listen to everything. A little country, classical, soca, reggae, screamo. The only thing I don't listen to is death goth. Kill your bunny, kill all your pets. However, I'm gonna keep it 100p. I feel like there's a lot of filler in the trance, dance, EDM community. First thing that stood out to me was how savage security is at these things. Gum, trash. Your organic chemistry book, trash. Anything you brought to this thing was getting thrown in the garbage. As soon as me and Ash get in, I hear, Swoozie! Turn around, this dude runs up to me. I'm not trying to make like a huge scene, I'm sorry for yelling, but yo, I just love you on the low key, I love your vids, bro, I F with you heavy. Oh my God. You have candy. He grabs my hand and starts doing this Naruto hand thingamajig, and the truth and the light, and I'm following along like I don't have no idea what he's doing, but I'm trying to play along like I know. Halfway through this little thing, I'm looking at him like, bro, this ain't Dragon Ball Z. We can't fuse. I don't know what you're trying to do. So he sees the look on my face. You don't know how to do the candy thing dance that we do with our hands? Nah, blur, I'm very confused. So we do the finger dance. He takes my bracelet and he leaves. Ash, that was one of my favorite bracelets. You can just run up and steal bracelets from people?
Yeah, well, you wear bracelets here and it's a whole thing. You can like exchange and they call it candy and whatever.
And for any of you guys who have never been to a music festival, it's just a bunch of DJs on big stages and you go to each DJ and you listen to their set. So we go over to this first DJ. I love house, EDM, trap. I love it all, right? But this DJ sucked. We're over there and all you hear is like for a good 15 minutes. And then it'll change to like I need more than that. You know what I'm saying? As all this is going on, I'm just looking around because at this point I'm just people watching, okay? We start walking to see the next DJ and I see this topless guy with a book bag. He turns left, says something to a girl, turns right, says something to a girl, and these girls are just like giggling and they keep walking. So as me and Ash get close to him, he looks at Ash and he's like, hey, you wanna make out?
Nah, I'm okay, but thanks for the offer.
We get to the next DJ set and it's the same. And half these DJs up there look like they're just pressing play. That DJ did play one good song that he turned me on to. It was this Tetris remix. And now we gotta talk about food because that's a whole nother lituation in itself. It's $20 for a burrito and $15 for a Red Bull. This is like elementary school cafeteria quality food. So now me and Ash are sitting in the grass like peasants eating this $55 slice of pizza. I'm not gonna lie, Ash is a pretty girl. So guys are constantly coming over and just talking to us. These two British guys came up to us. I don't know how they kind of broke the ice, but there was one of those British guys that kept saying, he had like a little catchphrase. He kept saying, not in my section.
I was sitting there listening to Diplo and then this guy bumped me and I mean, it's all up in my section. It's not in my section, mate. We were listening to this DJ and this guy tried to skip me and I was like, not in my section, mate.
So we finished eating and like, okay, hey, we'll stay out of your section, bye. We start walking to the next set and Ash goes, okay, we're gonna go see Benny Benassi. Guard your phone, cause people be stealing phones. Ash takes me to the next DJ and it's Benny Benassi. I didn't even know he was gonna be here, but I love Satisfaction. We get there, he's doing his set, so then he stops and he's like, that's it, thanks for coming out guys, bye! So as he's walking away, everybody's like, one more song! One more song! He puts his hand to his ear like, one more? You want me to do one more? Okay! And then everybody starts chanting, Satisfaction! This man doesn't play, he plays some random song, not Satisfaction. Y'all, I was done. I stood here for an hour to listen to you play license-free music from pawn5.com, bro. I'm out. Right, it's starting to get dark. We're gonna go see the next DJ. This guy runs up to me, starts waving his fingers in my face. He's got like the glowing fingertips. He's like, and he runs up to the next person and starts waving his fingers. And I'm like, Ash, what was that guy doing? Well, when you're really high and people do that to you, it looks really cool. How you know? You know that feeling you get when you're out and you're being social and that voice in your head is just like, go home now, drop everything and just go home? Yeah, that voice is starting to jump up in my head, like my feet are hurting, my back hurt, everything hurts. I turn to Ash, I'm ready to go. One more set. We just said one more set and then we can go. We're at this last DJ set and I swallow. It looks like this dude is just turning the same knob. And then for every transition, this is him. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, let's go. You got paid 6 figures to come out here and pull a Sesame Street with the turntables? Word. Y'all, I didn't have a good time. Am I the only person in history who's went to one of these and didn't like it? But I see these YouTube videos, like I'll watch a Skrillex set, and everybody in the audience is just having the best time in their life. Music festival season is heating back up. I told this story recently to one of my friends and they were like, bro, you did music festivals all wrong. You gotta come back with me now. So apparently I've signed myself up for round 2 of this nonsense. So stay tuned for more. Back to you in the studio, Bob.
We are here with the new homie Mason. Mason, give a shout out real quick.
My brother.
It's your brother? Okay, I appreciate the love, man.
I think there's something wrong with me. I'm tired. I don't want to do nothing. Like friends want to hang out. Let's go to California Pizza Kitchen. Heck yeah, let's go to California Pizza Kitchen. When the day comes and I'm getting ready, I hate myself. Like, why did I agree to do this? And that's another thing. Why does everybody try to trap you? This is how everybody hits me up. Are you free tomorrow? Tell me what you want to do first so I can make up a lie if it doesn't sound fun. I'm kidding. I don't need to lie. Just be like, nah, I'm tired, bro. I'm gonna be tired that day. I think there's something wrong with me. My hermit game is just so strong. I'm tired. I don't want to do nothing. Like friends want to hang out. What you doing? Me, I'm laying in bed eating cereal. So whatever you about to ask me to do, it better be better than this. And then there's that one day each month where you get the urge to go out and be social. You hit your friends up. Yo, let's hang out, y'all. And they're like, we're already at Halloween Horror Nights. And I'm like, the F? Stop playing with me. I just need my friends to understand I want to be invited everywhere, even though I'm probably not gonna go. Y'all ever think, man, I got so much crap to do today? I just get so overwhelmed when that happens. I just go take a nap. Start thinking about my to-do list. I'm like, I gotta go to the gym and I gotta get something to eat. This is too much responsibility. What am I, an on-call doctor all of a sudden? I told you there's something wrong with me. I'm just hermit AF. This be happening to y'all too, right? I'm just double checking. I don't even want to take Instagram pictures no more, man. You know, that's so hard. I gotta turn on my lights. I'm already tired just thinking about it, man. I gotta edit my picture for 45 minutes after, man. I'm too tired to even play video games nowadays. Hop online, man. We need a 4th. Let's get some dubs. I gotta move this bowl of delicious cinnamon toast crunch off my lap. I'm exhausted just thinking about it. I think all this Panama-rama quarantine lockdown thing is just really messing with me. There was one time I went to the grocery. I went to ask the dude, yo, I need to re-up on my cinnamon toast crunch, bro. What aisle is you in? That's what I meant to say in my head, right? I walked up to the dude, I was like, cinnamon, and he just looked at me like, is you good? I felt like I just left the dentist, like I couldn't talk, and I realized it had been 2 weeks since I spoke to a human. All my conversations was happening on text messages and emails. I think there's something wrong with me. Because what happens is, I'll finally like, alright, fine, you talk me into coming out, and like I'm getting ready, and I know I can't cancel because then I look like a beehole. So I'll like go out, And then 10 minutes after I get to wherever I am, I just want to go home. Like my social battery, it like hits 0 so fast nowadays. Am I alone? This be happening to y'all too, right? I'm just double checking. I think there's something wrong with me. Something's definitely wrong though. Like I don't even want to hang out with my friends. That's when you know something's wrong. I love these people. These are my homies. These are the people that annoy me the least out of everyone on planet Earth. That's another thing I'd be doing. I just go to a friend's house and take naps. Like, what's going on? So hit me up like, hey, can you pick me up from the airport? No, I can't. I'm busy. You see this big old bowl of Fruit Loops on my lap, girl? No. I think there's something wrong with me. This be happening to y'all too, right? I'm just double checking. I got apps to bring me food. I got apps to bring me groceries. I got apps to bring me everything. Here's where I know I have a real problem. Like, I be ordering food and then the food get to my door and I'm too tired to get up from my bed to go to my door. Can somebody like invent an app for somebody who will bring it from your door to your bed, bro? Please. I know I'm not alone. Like I see examples of other hermits and laziness out here. Like I love you, Sony, but I know y'all got hermits on whatever team is designing your PlayStation controllers. When PlayStation 2 is about to come out and the dude probably like, all right, go design a new controller. You got 4 years. And then they come back like, here you go. Same with Microsoft, Xbox, love you, no tea, no shade, right? How you gonna call the third Xbox Xbox One? Are y'all drunk? If Xbox is ever hiring to be on the team to come up with new names for their system, let me know. I'm gonna send in 100 applications. So if y'all see me working at Sony and at Microsoft at the same time, don't blow no whistles and try to rat me out, bro. I'm not spying. I'm just trying to get paid to do as little work as humanly possible. I'm about that hermit life. Something is wrong with me. So shout out to all the friends who be trying to go outside and do stuff. Y'all, listen, I just maybe need to recharge or something. I'm just tired. After all the Panandaramas is done, and you know, we out of the whatever we're out of in, whatever that's done, whenever this whole thing is done, and we can go outside like normal, cool. But right now, bro, I'm busy that day.
Whatever you put out into the universe comes back to you. In middle school, there was this dude named Jake. Puberty hit Jake when he was 12. So this dude was like 6 foot tall for no reason. But the first time we got into a tiff, it was after school, we're playing basketball. Me and my cousin Shane were on the same team. Jake fouls Shane. They start getting into it. Jake grabbed my cousin. I just blacked out. I went full throttle. Charlie's Angel. You got a problem with my cousin, you got a problem with me. I run out of nowhere. I snapped and turned into Batman and I jumped on his back. 2v1. Literally in a single motion. He just cranked and then flung me like a rag doll. I was in a splint for like 3 weeks. Sleeping with a splint is not fun. Jake just starts harassing me every day. Eventually Jake just got tired of the standard bullying, I guess, and then he found a new way to entertain himself. If you weren't paying attention, he would run up to you and pull down your pants. Well, it's not bad enough that I'm failing algebra and failing French class. Imagine how traumatic it is psychologically coming to school, looking over your back in between every single class, wondering if you're trying to pull your pants down and you're gonna be exposed, and now I gotta start my OnlyFans account. I say this kinda jokingly, but not jokingly, because it was very stressful when all this was happening. And then one day, everything changed, because we got a new kid, Sterling. I see Jake just looking at Sterling like, fresh meat. First day Sterling gets there, as soon as school ends, Jake goes over to him and pushes him. Sterling pops Jake in the mouth. You know, they say if you ever go to jail, you gotta start a fight on the first day. That. Jake did not hit him back. Something very strange happened. Jake and Sterling became best friends. You know how rappers collab and they do an album together? Yeah, that happened. These dudes went on a bullying tour. They got so tired of bullying people in our class, they started bullying like high schoolers. Granted, I saw Sterling get his butt kicked by this sophomore, and that was one of the most satisfying things I had ever seen in my life up to that point. But these dudes just wanted to fight everybody. I think it was like 8th grade, Jake was having a birthday party and he came to school and he was telling everybody like, hey guys, come to my birthday party, and nobody wanted to come. When you're harassing people, people don't want to be around you like that. I think he put 2 and 2 together, so he started acting really nice. For like a week straight, he was nice to everybody, and then some people were like, okay. So Jeremy said he was gonna go, Robbie said he was gonna go, my cousin Shane said he was gonna go. I was the last person invited, so I'm like, okay, down. Now granted, I'm a nerd. Nerds are my peoples, okay? No matter what outfit y'all see me dress up in, still nerd. Bullies can just sense nerd. But I figured let me go to his party, let me get in good with him, maybe he'll leave me alone. Go to this party and it was pretty fun. His dad was barbecuing. Then the video games came out and we put on Madden. Not a good idea. I knew this play, HB toss left with Cincinnati, you couldn't stop it. So no matter how bad of a predicament, I could be 4th and 90. You knew what was coming. I beat Robbie, I beat Jeremy, I beat Shane, and then it's Jake's turn. I don't just start beating him. I run HB toss left every play. And I was talking junk the entire time. I made it a point to beat him worse than anybody else at the sleepover. I was thinking this dude is gonna go back to harassing me anyway, so I might as well just get my revenge right now. For 15 minutes, I gave him a taste of what he'd been doing to me for the last 3 years. So then around midnight, we're all in his room and he says, let's all see who can stay up the longest. Whoever goes to sleep first is gonna get it. We're in his room, we're just talking. We're all there and we're talking, I'm just like, yeah. Next thing I know, I hear giggling. I am woken up by the sound of laughter and the smell of beans. I don't know what's going on, but I'm mad because everybody's laughing and I realized they did something to me. They opened up cans of beans and poured it all over me. They poured it on my head, they poured it down my shirt. Shane is there holding a can of beans laughing like, bro, E2 Brute? You remember the time I jumped on Jake's back to save you? I have not eaten a single bean since that night. I'm traumatized, I just have PTSD. Monday comes, we go back to school, Jake goes right back to bullying everybody. This dude just made middle school a traumatic experience for every guy in our class. And once high school hit, Jake went off to a different school, I went off to a different school, never saw that dude again. So I told you all that backstory to catch you up to now. Shane has a barbecue, we're out there talking, we're catching up. You remember Jake, you remember that time I saved you? I jumped on him like I was Darkwing Duck, and then you stabbed me in the back by pouring beans all over me at his party? And then Shane goes, oh, did you hear what happened to him? No. On prom night, he went out partying, got super drunk, got in his car, drove home, and hit a construction worker, and then kept driving. The cops went and looked at the cameras and traced them back to his house, showed up and arrested him, and the judge stacked all that. Driving under the influence, speeding in a construction zone, hitting a construction worker, fleeing the scene of a crime. They gave him life in jail. He has not seen the light of day since the day after prom. Obviously, I was not happy hearing this news, but this is real life, no respawns. I'm gonna get on here and share this story because hopefully somebody can learn something from it, but I don't want to hear any more stories like this. We're all human, we're all gonna make mistakes, but they say what you put out in the universe comes back to you.